Hello Aries, welcome to Daily Focus Tarot. Hope you're doing well. Let's see for Monday the 31st. Ooh. What should... Okay, any other clarifiers for Monday the 31st? What should Aries avoid on Monday the 31st? Any other clarifiers? Let me know if you like seeing me shuffle or if you like seeing me talk better. Or any comments you have on the format. If you just want to see the cards, that's fine too. Let me know. So we have what you should focus on for Monday, the Three of Wands. That's your expansion and your growth. Really pay attention to where you're not using your creativity, you're not using your intuition, you're not practicing unconditional self-love. Maybe you're being judgmental about yourself, or about your ability to create and manifest this new beginning or the dreams that you want. Because we also have Seven of Wands, which is talking about judgment. You might need a little more practice and things in order to build up your skill set. But be really mindful of where your inner critic and conditional love is in regards to your dreams, in regards to the path that you want to take to grow. Because there's, that's a block for you. That's a creative block, that inner judgment, that inner critic. And maybe it wasn't put there by you. Maybe it was put there by society or your parents, your friends in the past, the school bully. Who knows? But you need to unpack it and work on that, okay? So what you should avoid, we have Judgment, which talks about letting something go. Something that you're feeling is like overwhelming. You're trying to end it as a job. You're trying to leave a job maybe. There's a cycle you're trying to end and let go of, and you're feeling really despondent and like you just can't make a decision. You can't move forwards. And the solution is to go within. Go within. Practice that self-love. Look at your intuition. Look at the path you want to be on. Choose the path that's right for you. So that was Aries for Monday. Let's do Tuesday now. And we already had one want to flip over, but I'm not going to take you. It was Six of Cups. If it comes back out, it does. Aries for Tuesday, what should they focus on? Aries for Tuesday. Okay. And what should they avoid? The Emperor and Death at the bottom. So changing your thinking, getting rid of the old to make way for the new, for what it is you really want. So for Tuesday, the Knight of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Tower in reverse, and the Eight of Swords. So where you're feeling stuck, where you're feeling bound, and you're trying to have this transformation, don't make mountains out of molehills. Really look at what your fears are. Okay, look at what your fears are. Look at where you're feeling, where you are feeling that stagnation, where you're feeling bound, you're feeling stuck, and what what you can do to prepare yourself, what you can do, what actions you can take to start moving forwards instead of staying stuck. This Tower in the reverse, it can talk about, that fear of change and avoiding change that needs to happen, but it can also talk about averting a disaster. So the Tower isn't necessarily a disaster in the upright. Sometimes it's just, an aha moment with that lightning bolt there, that sort of little light bulb goes off. Sometimes it's like the universe brings in something and everything has to change because you can't stay where you are. So like that would be being laid off from work, from a job that maybe you don't quite like, but it was paying the bills. And so you weren't looking for another job when really you knew you needed to look for another job because it was just not an ideal situation for you. It's like the universe giving you that little push, that little nudge to move forwards and say, well, you can't stay here. You got to move on. So when it's in the reverse, it can be that fear of change and that thinking, oh, well, I'm not happy. I'm not productive here. I'm not experiencing abundance, but I can't change. I don't want to change. When really change would do you good. And so, but this can also be averting, like, say you hadn't gotten laid off from that job, but you stayed there and you just kind of collected unemployment or something while you were laid off, and you were like not looking for another job, as opposed to if you were fired, you would immediately start looking for another job while collecting unemployment. So say you get fired, but your coworker gets laid off, and your coworker just kind of sits around playing video games at home all day, and you're looking for another job. You find a great job. It really works for you. It's wonderful. Your coworker, in the meantime, is sitting around thinking there's a job waiting for them. 3 months later, they get told, oh no, the company's closing. We're filing for bankruptcy. And now they have to look for a job. But because they've been sitting for 3 months, just playing video games, they're struggling to find a new job. So, that's just an example of how the Tower in reverse can be averting a disaster. It looks like a disaster, but it's something that works out in the end for you, whatever the change is that the Tower talks about. Let me get that to focus. So we've got the Two of Cups in the reverse. This is talking about any sort of quarrels, any sort of imbalance in your emotions in regards to like your finances, in regards to daydreaming. This is an imbalance between dreams and reality about your long-term career health, your long-term financial health, your long-term physical health, the health of your body. There's some sort of imbalance, or there's some sort of quarrels going on, and you're feeling a little bit despondent about that. So try to avoid the quarrels. Try to avoid getting into an argument about it. Make sure that your dreams are grounded in reality with that Four of Cups. Sometimes that can also be an offering from the universe, but You definitely want to make sure that your plans for the long term are grounded in reality. So Wednesday for Aries. Wednesday for Aries. Wednesday. Seven of Wands again, where there's judgment. Give me some more clarifiers for Aries. What should Aries avoid on Wednesday? What should Aries avoid on Wednesday? Okay, so what to focus on? Where you're feeling judgment, there's going to be clarity. There's going to be a breakthrough, and this has to do, this is your inner critic or other people judging you, and it has to do with the long-term career, the long-term finances, the long-term health of the physical body. So you're going to get a breakthrough. You're going to get clarity. Well, that was confirmation. And you should focus on that. Try not to focus on any competition for jobs. Don't focus on things that didn't work out. Really look at, where your finances could use a little bit of improvement, a little bit of tender, loving care. Especially if you're struggling financially for the long term. Look at that. Don't give in to the woe is me. Don't give in to that kind of issue. Hold on one second. But the dog is definitely, confirming. Even though he's barking at something outside, he is confirming. Okay, Thursday for Aries. Thursday for Aries. And what should they avoid on Thursday? What should Aries avoid? No, go on. Okay, so what you should focus on, the Six of Cups, the joy that you experienced in the past. What do you need to let go of? Is you're looking at reinvesting in yourself. What do you need to let go of to have that joy again? What do you need to do? What skill set do you need to build up to make it so that you are abundant, so that you have what it is that you need? How can you reinvest in yourself? The Magician, Temperance in the reverse, and the Wheel of Fortune, and what you should avoid. So there's some sort of imbalance, and you're not looking at you're trying to manifest things, but you're not looking at your values and how you can do it with the values that you have, how you can do it within your morals. You're really looking at, don't look for the quick fix, because there's not a quick fix. You want to look at the long-term sustainable solutions. So avoid the quick fix, avoid the temptation to just do whatever in the situation in an attempt to change it around, because that's not going to work. Okay, Friday for Aries. Eight of Pentacles popped out again, but we'll see if it comes back. So, 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, so you're really looking at the long term and your career and finances and your health. You're brainstorming, coming up with ideas, fighting very hard for something that it is you want. Is there any other clarifiers for Aries for Friday on what they should focus on? The Nine of Cups, your Zen, your satisfaction, what brings you emotional satisfaction, how you can build on that. For Friday, what should Aries avoid? Eight of Wands in reverse. Make sure your actions are in balance, your creativity is in balance with your morals, with what it is that you want to achieve. And we've got this Two of Cups here and the Page of Swords. So study the way that you're thinking about a situation. Study your finances. This card is also about balance between duality, between two people, between dreams and reality. It's about getting that balance just right. Understanding that it is a give and take, and it takes a lot of work to develop a healthy relationship, even within ourselves, to develop like a healthy ego state, a conscious state. So let's look at Saturday for Aries. Saturday for Aries. And what should Aries avoid on Saturday? What should Aries avoid on Saturday? Five of Cups in the reverse. Nine of Cups. One more, please. One more. King of Wands. Okay. So you're looking to move on to have that emotional satisfaction. You're looking at the vision that you have for your life. You know, avoid... The avoidance is all about when you're moving on, not looking at what satisfies you, not looking at the vision, the long-term vision, not looking at how you can transform your life into the vision that you have, into that emotionally satisfying, you know, that end of the cycle is near, but you're still working on it. So avoid falling into the trap of not looking at the short term only and not looking at the long term, the overall picture. Don't focus on the trees, focus on the forest. So the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, Three of Swords and Queen of Pentacles, and what you should focus on, where your plans aren't very practical, where they might be a little hasty, you might be stuck on them. There's an ending that needs to happen, and wisdom that you'll gain from the ending, and that's going to help you nurture your abundance, nurture your finance, nurture your career, nurture your health. There's this so this ending, you may have thought that it was something that should go on forever, for a long time. It may have been going on for a long time, but this ending, it needs to happen. It's for your own good. Even if there's a lot of heartbreak with it, even if, there's a lot of wisdom to be gained from it, but there's also this abundance to be gained from it. So focus on where you're feeling stuck and where your plans might not be as practical as they need to be. Have a great week. I'll see you tomorrow. Or, no, I'll see you next week. Sorry. Bye.